Spurs win a trophy before Arsenal.
Nah, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Like, come on, don't waste the time.
Even Chelsea fans are laughing at that.
Let me say what I'm going to say. Next season, everyone's witnessing this. We're winning the league.
Okay, I've got my man Jules here, one Spurs fan. Can he take on 5 Arsenal fans? Let's go. I'm refereeing today. Jules, read out the first statement.
Bergvold has a higher ceiling than Odegaard.
No, you know what? No, you can't draw Arsenal like that. No.
Right, okay. You guys will have 5 minutes, starting from now. Let's go.
Do you genuinely believe that?
Yeah.
You genuinely believe that Bergvold, this brother that nobody knows, got a higher ceiling than Ødegaard, who's captain of his nation and captain of Arsenal?
Okay, he's captain of his nation by default. I don't think
default.
it's because they don't have many good players playing in top leagues.
Oh, I swear.
So naturally, because he plays for Arsenal, all right, let's give him the captain armband, you know.
Okay.
He looks good, you know, does the hair flicks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, head and shoulders, promotion. He's got all of that. So for promotional wise, you've got to have him. He's the face of the brand. But when we talk about as an all-round player, 6, 8, 10, Lucas Bergvold has it all. Yes, he's still growing. Yes, he's still learning. But when you talk about who is Lucas Bergvold, for one, for his age group, when he was signed, one of the most wanted players in world football. And you can see why. Within his first season, big goal in the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, done his thing. And then since then, it's only grown. He's played in the 6 again, in the 8 and the 10. He's flourished in all positions.
So is Ødegaard. But Ødegaard can play everywhere. Ødegaard is arguably one of the most techie ballers on the planet. Remember, he was the wonder kid. Remember that? He was the wonder kid. He was the wonder kid, innit? Came
How long
Real
ago?
Madrid at 15. Bergvold playing at Tottenham when?
Just turned 18.
Just turned 18, and he's playing at Tottenham.
By the way, Real Madrid, he never played there. He actually was playing for Real Madrid Castilla for like 4 years before getting sent out on loan to Sociedad, in which, again, decent loans, then went to Arsenal. And let's have it right. When he did go to Arsenal fans weren't happy.
I was.
I remember Danny Ceballos going there around the same time. People more happy for that sign than they was him. And when you talk about he doesn't play all positions. He plays in the 8 or the 10. Even in the 10, I've heard a lot of Arsenal fans say he doesn't have the desired impact that you need from a number 10 because he doesn't, for one, shoot enough, doesn't play the line-breaking pass enough, only on when there's like a Saka there to hold his hand.
This is not talking about the player's ability. This is all instructional. If Ødegaard has the ability to do all of these things, we've seen Ødegaard do it. Only a few seasons ago, he went into double-digit goals. So he can do it.
Will he ever do that again?
100% he will do that again. 100%. There's things that...
Did Ødegaard not struggle at the start of the season, though? Compared to
at the start of the season, fair play, this has been his worst season. A lot of it has been down to the injury.
Oh,
but we're not
doing injury excuses.
But we're not. It's not an excuse. It's a reason. But we're talking about ceiling. Yeah, ceiling. And you're trying to tell me that Bergvold, who at his young age is playing for Tottenham, a team that hasn't done anything since 2008 and will continue to do nothing, is going to have a higher legacy,
I don't get it. When Ødegaard came to Arsenal, it wasn't a big move. Who does he play for?
Who's his nation?
Who? Sweden.
Sweden.
So will he become
the captain of Sweden?
Well, right now,
there's not too many good players at Sweden.
Right now, we already have the captain of Sweden. Oh, maybe you didn't know, Kulusevski, number 10. So he's learning. He's learning. The Swedish Vikings coming through. He's 18 years old. He's going to take upon the mantle in a few years. But again, you wouldn't know about having a double duo dynasty of, the Scandinavian
But
countries.
again, that has nothing to do with Bergvold. So I ask you again, is Bergvold going to be the captain of his nation?
Bergvold will eventually get to that rate and that stage. I think right now, what I've seen is a lot of growth. Because we're talking about ceiling. The question was his ceiling. When we talk about growth, I think the growth of Bergvold is so high. What I see from him, and when you talk about technical proficiency, has all of that. He's good. He wants to play the ball forward. He wants to shoot. He wants to score. So when you see him grow as a player, you're only going to see these attributes excel.
All right, you know what? They're both unlucky in it because they both play for nations that are really and truly never going to win the highest honours, But Ødegaard's going to win.
Are Sweden going to do better than Norway?
But Ødegaard's going to win trophies at Arsenal. So we can have this discussion now.
About that. The last 3 years.
Last 3 years, but we can have that discussion now, So what's Bergvold going to win with Tottenham?
30 seconds left.
Well, Bergvold has a long career ahead of him at Tottenham. I also think Bergvold is going to be the different and change for what has been in the past. So he's going to change Tottenham, make Tottenham better, and we will win a trophy sooner than Odegaard wins a trophy.
Oh, swear down.
Wow.
What's a
To be fair, I think there's 10 seconds left. That's a good one to finish on. Okay, well done, guys. You did a great job. I like this video because I don't have to do all the dirty work. George, I love having George here. This is fantastic. George, please read out the next statement.
Spurs will win a trophy before Arsenal.
Nah, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I had to, just straight away. Like, come on, don't waste the time.
Even Chelsea fans.
You know what? I just want to hear it. Go on, start.
5 minutes
Let me
on the
hear it. Go
clock.
on. Why?
No, I think what we have to look at is the last couple of years. You got to look at Arsenal. For one, you just exit off Europe. Europe's not in your history. You just don't do it. So European trophies, no heritage, it's never going to happen. All right, we can leave. We can exit that one out.
Cup Winners' Cup.
When you talk about. Okay, we've got one of those plus 2 UEFA Cups. So I don't want to hear about a trophy I already have. I'm sorry. When we talk about the other trophies, it's been very clear to see under Mikel Arteta, knockout competitions don't seem like to be his thing. At this moment in time, I think Arteta is going to be staying at Arsenal. So when I'm looking at his career ahead of Arsenal, I don't think you're ever going to win the FA Cup and League Cup under him again. I know you've done it before. Fine, that was at the start of his tenure. A very different manager, the way that he approached the game, the way that his tactics were, everything. But right now, I think he's so set on going for that league. You're not going to win the league. Whereas I see Tottenham over the next couple of years being more of a cup team. So Tottenham are going to adapt themselves. Maybe not do amazing in the league. And that's fine. I can accept we're not going to do amazing in the league or not compete in the league. But when it comes to these other trophies, whether it's Europa League, whether it's FA Cup, whether it's Carling Cup.
Conference League.
I was gonna, but I didn't. I didn't really want to.
Wait,
but we can whack that in there.
Audi
If
Cup.
we whack it in there, it still
Audi Cup,
stands.
maybe.
We could win a trophy,
Well,
and I believe we're going to win a
Kong
trophy
this summer
before.
as well.
It ain't going to happen. Listen, at the end of the day, we know the last couple of seasons we've been unlucky. We know the first season where they called us bottlers, we went close. Listen, Mikel Arteta has taken us to a place, finished second twice. All right, cool. Looks like we're going to finish second again. I personally believe you guys don't have a chance to win any trophy over us. I think the Cups, we are all probably Arsenal fans a bit disappointed. We got early, Sporting Lisbon knocked us out, and it's happened. But listen, it's coming. It's coming.
What's
this
coming
summer,
though? That's what I need to know.
A trophy is coming. Yeah?
What is going? Because from the Arsenal fan point of view, like you just said there, you've pretty much accepted the belief that Arteta's not going to be a cup manager.
No, it's not accepting that. All right, he didn't take it serious the first year.
I
think we played 14, he rested them, whatever, rested players, were unlucky. We've gone close twice, but unfortunately, Man City, phenomenal team. Liverpool have obviously come out of nowhere this season. I'm telling you now, and I'm putting on camera.
Oh, wait.
Let me say what I'm going to say. Next season, everyone's witnessing this, we're winning the league. We're winning the league next season. I'm adamant.
I'm a referee, I forgot to be impartial.
Everyone can hear that, yeah? We're winning the league next season.
You mentioned Man City and Liverpool's. Don't disrespect the black and white and the Geordies, yeah? They smacked you man up at the Carabao Cup and then went and won it.
They beat you many times as well.
All I was hearing was, this game, it's only Newcastle. They've not done it in
What Arsenal fans said it was only
They won a trophy before
And now,
Listen, guys.
and who did they do it on?
Wait,
They done it on your
wait.
head tops.
Wait.
So when we talk about Spurs winning the trophy,
why are you bringing them into it? I'm
black
talking
and
about
white.
winning the league.
No, because
Newcastle.
you just mentioned about teams beating you and stuff like that. I said, okay, don't disrespect. They knocked you out this year and they went and done it. So they showed that it can be done. The reason, don't compare.
We've been very
Tottenham to
unfortunate
Newcastle.
with injuries this season. We know that. I don't like to bring up injury excuses, right?
Oh, so am I going to do that as well?
You're Tottenham anyway. Don't matter. But listen, but in terms of league, you look at our team. In terms of a first 11, I think we have probably one of the top teams in the league. First 11. Injuries-wise, we've been hampered. Odegaard was out for a bit. Saka's now coming back. You can see, you don't want to admit it, you know we're going to win it next season. I think Man City, they're coming back. It will take a bit of time. Liverpool, about to lose their best right back. But we are cooking. New sporting director, Keep laughing all you want. New sporting director, transfer targets will get bought. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. We're going to win it this year. And you lot
surely
have no chance.
Just quickly, surely, when you do actually get to a final with a winner, you sack your manager anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, so you actually have a chance of getting.
I think all I know, you're taking the piss. There's no way you're winning the cup.
So you know what's
I just don't understand what makes you feel you're going to win a trophy.
But this,
before us.
I can say the exact same
even the Europa
about
this
you
year,
guys.
you're not winning it as well.
This season, I was told going into this season, we was framed that this is Arsenal's year. Last year, you said you finished twice in a row.
It felt like
so
we were unlucky.
It felt like it until what? It wasn't unlucky.
No, but listen.
You wasn't good
enough. This is where we give Liverpool their... That's not that. We give Liverpool their credit, right? But we know. Everyone, you even feel it. You know we're going to win it next season.
The problem is you're not improving.
You know we're going to win it.
There's not linear improvement with Arsenal.
And and you say you're going to win before us with what manager? With Ange.
You stagnated.
No, just asking
Final 30 seconds.
I think another manager will come in and take this team to another level.
You're going to tell me Areola and all that.
I don't know. I'm Xavi Hernandez, but that's beside the point. With regards to Tottenham and why we're going to win it again, the league isn't happening for Arsenal anytime soon.
Who's winning it
just
next
not
year?
going to happen.
Who's with it?
Who's going to win it?
The league,
We all know what's going to happen, man.
What?
Pep comes back. He's learned. So it'll go back to
Goodness
Manchester
sake.
City, back to business as usual.
5
and
seconds. Let me just say,
Spurs pick
Arsenal
up a
win the
cup.
league next season.
2,
Done.
1, finished. All right. Well done.
That was a good one.
That was good. On to the next statement.
Arsenal's Invincibles are overrated.
Oh my God.
Dan, thank you.
And let your 5 minutes begin.
Talk to me.
Do you know what it is, yeah? When a team draws 12 games in a season, your points tally doesn't even exceed what Manchester City have done on multiple occasions. I'm struggling to see that this is the greatest team the Premier League's ever seen. And that's what I mean overrated, because when Arsenal fans talk about the golden Premier League, and I've seen you do it, Dan, I've seen all the Arsenal fans here do it. It is gold, yes, we do understand.
You can't even get a
that.
silver one.
But talking about it as it's the best ever league title win,
It is.
I think it's disingenuous sometimes.
Okay. How many games did we lose that year?
In the Premier League?
Yeah.
0.
Okay. Brilliant. Tell me another team that's done that.
No one in the Premier League.
There we go.
In the Premier
so
League.
it's not been done.
It's
So
been
it can't
done
be
in
easy
league.
to do. So you're saying it's underrated. If it was underrated, everyone would be doing it.
It's been done in the league before.
Yeah,
also,
yeah, yeah. Go
didn't
back in
Bayer
history in
Leverkusen
time.
just do it last year as well?
Let's talk about the Premier League right now, because you're not saying it's underrated.
It's world football, though.
You're saying it's underrated
Over,
in the Premier
sorry.
League, right? The Premier League, I can appreciate a treble is unbelievably difficult to do. Quad even harder to do. No one's done it, right? Invincible season will go down in history, and it will not be done again.
Was
so
the
it can't be
100-point
underrated,
season-
George, can it?
Was the 100-point season, do you think that will be done again?
Potentially could be, actually. Yeah, we've seen 97. Liverpool could get to 97 this
Saw
season.
97
so we're getting
last
close.
season, potentially this season, but it's not very often that teams get to those tallies.
Do you know who could
When
do it
you-
again? Man City, because they've done it before. This Man City
Man-
under Pep have done it, so they could do it again.
If Man
I don't
City
think
do
anyone's
it-
going invincible.
I think but let's be honest, when Liverpool won that league title the last time, they were very close to going invincible. Probably didn't go invincible due to themselves just giving away the league at the end. What you guys done in not being beaten is a great achievement. No one can take nothing away from that. But when you actually look at, like when you won the league, everyone talk about, we won the league, it was a draw. Like you guys drew the game.
Do you know how hard
I was
it
like,
is? Do you know I'll tell you how hard that is to win it and go unbeaten is unbelievable. But when you've won it and you've still got to go and get yourselves up for games
yourself
when
up
other
from
teams
after that.
other teams are going for you and realistically, say like there's 10 minutes to go, it's 1-1. You've won the league. You ain't worried about getting the extra 2 points. You're worried about
5-6 games left. There was
keeping
5-6 games left.
unbeaten.
Yeah.
But then that's my point. So there's 5-6 games left when that happened. Why couldn't you guys go rack up the points, get the wins, and make it a proper win?
We
Like
did
you
rack
guys
up
should
the
have.
wins.
You guys should have had like
That's what
30
we played
wins.
for.
We did
How many?
rack up
You
the
had
wins.
We were protecting the unbeaten run, haven't we?
26 wins, 12 draws, and draws apparently kill you in a title race. But we still won it because we didn't lose a game.
26 wins is not that impressive. You can say that there's been seasons where teams finish lower than second and third and still have 26 wins.
I just want to throw in the Chelsea 04-05 team, I think it was, only conceding 12 goals,
Yeah.
I think it was all
15
season.
goals. That was
15
incredible.
goals. There's
That's
also
incredible.
That was incredible.
The thing
That
that I
was
heard.
incredible.
Did they lose a game though?
I was told Arsenal were
Duh.
going to do that this
Duh.
season.
There you
That's
go.
what I was told. The
They
greatest
lost.
defense is on track to do
Yeah,
that this
that's a
season.
different debate, though, isn't it? Whether
I
that
know, I'm
Chelsea
just
team was
saying,
better
I'm
than
just
this
saying.
Arsenal team. I'm saying the Invincibles won't be done
It's
again. And you
overrated
can't tell
because
me it
of
will
these
be.
other teams are just on the
Tell
same
me another
level.
team that's going to go undefeated.
Undefeated, we don't know whether it's going to happen
Yeah,
again.
it
It may
won't
not, but
happen,
just like I
George.
said,
It's not happening.
I don't think any team could do the 15-goal record that George just mentioned. I don't think any team would do the 100-point
I
record.
would agree with that. I
And
agree with
I
that
think
one.
the
Yeah,
100-point
but who
record
cares?
is
They
going to
lost
be
the
too
game.
hard.
Who
They lost
cares?
games, George. That's
But
what I'm
losing the
saying.
game doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, you
Well, yeah,
all
it
won
does,
the
'cause
trophy.
otherwise
You won
you're
the
not
same
invincible.
trophy.
You get
If you all won the
But
same
no.
trophy, what does it matter?
You lose it. Spurs lose games in a month.
Spurs
Do you know
lose
what I mean?
games
Not a
in a
whole
month.
year, like,
In
you know what I
theory,
mean?
if you lose
Spurs
one game
have a
and win the
celebration
other,
when they go
that's
through a
more
month
points
without
than 2
unbeaten.
draws.
Fair play. That's very, very impressive. But you're not losing a game. You're not losing a game. How
You guys just hold on the fact that you've
How hard
not
is
lost.
that to do? I don't get how people can just say, yeah, that's easy. Doesn't matter about that. That's easy. That's underrated. No one cares about not losing. When trust me, I do a lot of content with you. I know what you're like when you lose. Yeah, and you get used to it. Yeah, you get used to it a lot as a Spurs fan, George. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, bruv,
1 minute
put
to
some
go.
respect on it.
1
Man.
minute to
You
go.
cannot believe that. You
I
cannot
respect
believe
it,
that.
but even with
Don't respect
respecting
it because you've said it's underrated.
No, but it is overrated because the way Arsenal fans talk about it, like it's the best ever trophy win, title win to ever be done. When again, you
It
guys
is to
weren't
win
the
the
first
league.
team to go unbeaten. There was other teams that went unbeaten
Yeah,
in
but,
English
yeah,
league.
Pre-
There was
yeah,
it
Preston. Yeah, Preston.
Preston went
How long ago
unbeaten.
was that?
Yeah, yeah. Tell me what
Doesn't
year that
matter
was.
how long ago.
What
It's
year
history is
was that? What year
history.
was it? What year was it?
History is history. Just like when
It was in the
people
1800s, you know.
when people are talking about this in
30
100
seconds,
years,
final
is it still
statements.
going to be, we done it, we got the golden thing, you can't talk to us about it. So whether it's done before, for one, you weren't the first people to do it, and potentially won't be the last. If you are the last, then hey, it's a great achievement. But there's been other achievements since then that have been greater. So that's why it's overrated for me.
Listen, for me, didn't lose a game, and I'll end it there.
Okay, George, hit me with the next statement.
Without the FA Cups, there's no difference between Tottenham and Arsenal in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I'll step up.
Come on then, Jack. Right. 5 minutes.
Floor's yours.
I mean, there isn't, innit? Like, without the FA Cups, because again, FA Cup wins have been all nice and all, but for a team of your level, you're not expected that the FA Cup's gonna be like, yeah, we're winning the FA Cup. Like, you guys won it a couple of times. Where's the parades? Like, you don't really do parades for FA Cups, do you? Because it's not a massive trophy. So when I look at the FA Cups, I say, yeah, you've won that. But outside that, the last 20 years, so we're going, let's say, 05, 06 to 25, 26. What is the difference? We've finished above you about 7-8 times. In that period, so it's been about even with regards to that. With regards to about even, I said. With regards to Champions League, you guys haven't done anything within that time frame. I think Spurs have been in quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals a few times. When people say Arsenal are the level above Spurs, like recent history doesn't prove that.
Trophies wise, yeah, like that's a totally fair point. But the way I'm looking at it now is who is set up for success in the next couple of years. Spurs or Arsenal, and it's Arsenal. Like we're gonna win trophies next couple of years. Trophies is out of the question. Like I said, FA Cups aside, it's even playing field. But here and now is here for us. So
it's great, the here and now. But that's my point. Is like when you look at it overall, because again, the biggest thing with Arsenal is Arsenal's Tottenham's our little bros and all of this rubbish. Like there's no little brothers. There's no.
There's night and day. Like
when your little brother hits as hard as you, he's no longer little brother no more. And that has happened a few times over the last 20 years. Spurs have embarrassed you, just like you've embarrassed us. But at the moment, yeah, you guys are ahead of us. But just like a race,
Kind of ahead. You're 16th in the league. Kind of ahead.
Yeah, not
I'll tell you what. When Arsenal are 16th in the league, right? Everybody in the country will care. No one cares that where you are at 16 or whatever. No one cares. No one's bothered about it. There's no meltdowns around the world.
There's been meltdowns consistently with Spurs. Spurs are like the most hated club in the world, and it's because again people want to
not hated. Most clowned on, but not hated.
I think in the league,
in the Premier League, we're the most hated club in the Premier League.
I agree with making statements like you've just made. I understand that. I totally get it.
But like you said, it's a level playing field. I don't think there's anything different on that side. When you talk about managers that have come in, you guys have, you had Wenger, Arteta in that time. So you've had more stability during that time where Spurs have been up and down, up and down, up and down. But still we've managed to maintain a decent level. Obviously at this moment in time, you're into your 5th year of a current manager. We'll speak about a NAV manager we had around that time frame. But for Spurs right now, we'll get back up. And then when we get back above you, like I said previously,
what's back up though? Like for Spurs, what is back up? There's no trophies to. You've been where? Like,
it's a great question.
But again, what is you could say the exact same thing for Arsenal, because when you're talking back, you're going back to the 90s. So when you're saying we're back, you have to go back 30 years. We're talking about recent history. Spurs being back is Spurs back competing,
history,
doing
George.
good
Wigan
things.
have won a cup before you. Yeah, Newcastle have now won a cup before you. Birmingham City have won a cup before you. Leicester City, West Ham. Maybe this season it'll be another Portsmouth won the FA Cup as well.
They won it the same year as us.
Okay, no, they did.
So I'm not going to count them.
Still, there's 5 teams. So without those trophies, they're the same as Tottenham. Tottenham are the same as
Portsmouth won it in May. They won theirs in.
Oh yeah.
But this is
January.
But this is what's funny about Arsenal fans is you love to like try and punch down, but you think you're up here. Arsenal fans say we're one of the biggest teams in the Premier League, but you always compare yourselves to teams below you. So when you talk about Arsenal, you try to compare yourselves to the likes of the Chelsea, Liverpool's, Cities, and Man United. When we're talking about recent, so the last 25 years, the last turn of the century, you guys will compare yourselves to them. But when it comes to trophy rise, you're closer to us than all the other teams.
But that's what's funny.
That is what's funny. You're closer to us.
You're the rich 6, bro.
So
you're not the big 6.
When
you're the only team, George. You don't win nothing.
But when people try to say, Spurs are not small, Spurs are in the gutter. Mate, you're down here with us for a long while. You've been down here. So
do you not see the inherent
I see all you guys in the sewer. We pass each other. I'm just saying, like.
Do you not see the inherent problem with your statement?
What is it?
Remove the trophies.
Remove the one trophy.
What's
Just
the
FA
difference
Cup.
between Arsenal and
We don't want to remove the trophy.
Trophies, we're the same.
Yeah, remove the trophies. What's the deal? Hello? That's a problem on you. That's
It's just an FA Cup. As I said, we don't do trophy parades for FA Cup. So maybe if you're Newcastle, you might, but big clubs don't.
Wouldn't know because they haven't had one in time.
Funny enough, I don't know about it, but Arsenal have won the title at their ground as many times as they've won it.
And yeah, that's time's up. For the final statement, please, George, read it out.
Mauricio Pochettino's Tottenham is better than Arteta's Arsenal team currently.
Well, that's a good argument. I've got to take it. It's a good argument because I think like that Spurs team was unbelievable with all those good players, you know, that have all gone on and won multiple trophies with other clubs. Pochettino done a great job, but obviously, you know, couldn't maintain it. He was that good. You sacked him.
Well, with Arteta, as you would know currently, he won the only trophy at the FA Cup, which many would say is an Unai Emery team. I think many Arsenal fans
saying that
agree.
about Slot this season? Is everybody saying? I don't hear everybody going, "Oh, it's Klopp's trophy." Everybody's credit to the manager for doing that. So you cannot say it's not his team.
Well,
he
some
won
people
that trophy.
do say when they look at Tuchel's Champions League, they say, "Oh, Lampard had a play to it." So if you come in mid-season, you do have a part to play. Whether you played the game or not, he built that team. That was his team. So some people may say, whether I agree or not is besides the point. But when you look at Pochettino's team compared to Arsenal, the only difference, literally, is that you guys this season could finish second again. If you don't finish second again, then you pretty much match what Pochettino's done. We've had a better defensive record than you with our Pochettino team. We only conceded 26 across the full season.
We love that defensive record, don't we? It gets you nothing.
I'm just throwing out the stats out there to give the people watching the context. When you talk about the team itself, made up of far better players than this Arsenal team they have right now. When you look at the attack, you have Harry Kane, you have Dele Alli, you have Christian Eriksen, you know, Heung-min Son in his prime, Dembele. You have the back four, the flying wing backs in Kyle Walker and Danny Rose. It was a class team, and when I look at what they've achieved,
how many trophies did it win?
They
because
didn't
it is
do
a
enough.
class team.
And so this is why I compare them. They're very similar. That him and Arteta both didn't take the cup serious, and that's their downside. Neither of them went to go win a cup properly.
I don't know about that. Spurs got to a semi-final once against Chelsea and got stuffed.
Poor decision making from
Well,
the young manager still went.
What I'm saying
is that not the same when you got to
some
semi-final
level
against Sporting Lisbon and your keeper got lobbed from the halfway line?
Yeah, but you know,
It happens.
I look at that Spurs. You've just reeled off that Spurs team, right? You know what I mean? Is that Arteta? I'm sorry, is that Pochettino's fault? Because that should win. That should at least win a cup, shouldn't it? It should win a.
It's Pochettino's fault, definitely, that he didn't get it done in the end. But just like I think when Arteta
third in a
finishes at
two-horse
Arsenal,
race, we have to get that out there, like third in a two-horse race.
it's so funny that was painted as a third in a two-horse race.
In that season.
You was top. Tottenham never went top that season. You were top at Christmas.
Don't win nothing for
Not
being
us.
top at Christmas. We know that. You know what I mean?
I'd love to throw us under the bus.
How's it a two-horse race if you were ahead of us?
After 10 games, you had a parade. Oh, yeah. Season under, you know. Is that true or not true?
Well, despite Arteta
broke down as
winning
well.
the trophy, it wasn't the team that he
I
built.
thought you was refereeing.
I'm sorry. 2 minutes ago.
So do you think that Arteta is going to win anything of significance before his time is up? Or is he going to get given that time?
That's a good question as well. Like, I think at the end of the day, I think to go 2 times challenging for a title against the teams that we're up against is tough. You know, Liverpool would vouch for that as well. Like, I tell you what, we're in a very, very good position I'd rather be in our position than anybody else's.
Okay.
Going into it, like, you know, I'd rather be second than 16th. I'm thinking that one might win the Carabao Cup next year, like, you know.
But the fact is under Pochettino, Tottenham even went 18 months where we didn't sign a player, but still managed to compete, still managed to go
Do you
to
know
the
what
Champions
else
League
you done?
And
you went unbeaten at home.
Yeah.
The whole season.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you'd done that away and all. You might have won the league.
Again, back to it.
One
I
season.
get where they're on the go with this, but as you can see,
Invincibles, it could have been Jules.
Captain America, shield deflecting. They keep going back to Tottenham currently and all these things, or Arsenal before. But when you took it at Arteta and Pochettino, Arteta's not doing anything that's amazing. Arteta is not even putting yourselves into a position where you're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna win the league.
I think he is, and I will give Spurs credit. Like that is in my time watching Spurs, that's the best team that I've ever seen Spurs.
30 seconds.
And I
Final
will
30
say
seconds.
that the Pochettino era was a very, very good era for you. It got you nothing, but at the end of the day, you played some solid football with some fantastic players. And the good thing is, just like Bergvold or whatever his name is, they're going to go on and do what all those other players done, win things, but not at Spurs.
Final thing, will Arteta win the Champions League? Because something none of your managers have ever done.
Not a chance.
Well done, everyone. That was cool.